I definitely looked at the Sister Battle and gone, I want to wear that outfit. That's not the way I'm
Not even a
inclined.
Repentia. You went, I could pull that off.
It'd be pulled off of me from the absolute heresy that it is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Lorecrimes. There's me, Hal, and Andy for the moment.
And we will have Colin later.
Yes, Colin will be joining us shortly, though. But we wanted to get us started because it's a cool episode today. I mean, to be fair, Andy, before Colin arrives, we could do all the Horus Heresy stuff.
Yeah. I've been a bit nice today, and I've put some of the Imperial stuff front loading it, then some Xenos, so he has to it's incentivizing him to get around here, and then we've got all the Space Marine stuff to end us off. But for all of those, I said to my girlfriend today, we're ranking drip, and she looked at me like my head was a lava lamp. Hal, can you explain what drip means? Because that's what we're rating today.
It's something no Warhammer fan possesses. I see you guys in the cargo shorts and the big oversized t-shirts. We don't know what we're talking about. But the people who are in the Warhammer universe, some of these guys are wearing some swanky clothing. They're wearing some absolute god tier outfits. Some of these guys are, I mean, drip is just a term of, endearment to what these guys are, it's just aura, basically. Aura in complete visuals only. And not all are as blessed as some of the other ones in these ones. But we're going over the Warhammer factions, and we're just going to decide, in the very, what can we say, official ranking of Lorecrimes, who's got the best drip, who was dressed the best, who's going to appear in Zoolander 3, basically.
With the coldest, is it, what's it, the term, steel blue? What's it called, the thing?
Yeah, it's steel. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've seen it.
It's
just called mogging now, isn't it? So.
Oh yeah. I kind of hate all the new terms for this kind of stuff, but oh well. Let's start off with something very bare bones and basic. Cadians.
Cadians or guard?
Cadians. We got some different guard stuff going on here.
If it was Colin and Eli, they would have put it so much higher. But because we're here before Colin arrives, we can put that in C tier comfortably, can't we?
Yeah, it's kind of drab. It's a bit dull.
I think that's the thing. It's okay. It's still all right, but that is just a guy in uniform that is designed to be functional. It is not winning hearts and minds over. In fact, it's meant to be boring, because if you look too good, you probably get your head blown off. So, nah, it's not it. It's not it. Love to Cadians, but it's not it.
Tempest of Scions edging it out with the berets, I got to admit. Oh.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did a beret survive into the year 40,000? How is that possible?
It looks cool. I don't know. It's just like, it's a flappy thing. It's a hat that flaps, and you can put a badge on it, and it looks neat and tidy.
But surely someone went.
Keeps your hair out your face.
The beret design did not change for the beret lived longer than England at this point. Like, there's you know what I mean? That's crazy. It does look cool though. Tempest of Scions, they kind of their armor is quite interesting, but I don't know. I think there's gonna be a lot. The contenders coming up, surely,
and they have a lot of color schemes. Unlike the Cadians, who are like, it's just green fatigues with a bit of brown. These guys I got red, I got rouge and black, I got blue and turquoise, I got purple, and it's like, oh, you look at you, you're customizing, you're accessorizing, guys. Ooh, very fancy.
Should we leave it in B for now? Because it's middle of the pack. It's cool. But I feel like we're gonna have a lot stronger options coming up. Surely.
Krieg, because this is quite an opulent Kriegsman, but most of the time it's just gas mask overcoat. So in the round, I'm thinking kind of better than Cadians, but not quite Tempest of Scion level.
Brother in Christ.
Man's making huffing and puffing noises in his gas mask as we speak. Yeesh.
1 Krieg, I sleep. 60 Krieg in formation, I'm awake. That you have to say the mask does such heavy lifting. They have drip. That is surely A tier. Drip. And it doesn't have to be fancy. Remember, drip doesn't have to be like opulent and crazy. It's
They're
about
post nasal, yeah.
that is a silhouette. That thing, the iconic gas mask. There's no way that can't be A tier. Surely.
All right. About the Mordian Iron Guard, they're quite drippy. They go out their way to look drippy.
Why are they drippy again? Because I don't know if I like know
their whole thing is just like
about them.
We're so disciplined. We're like, you'll get court-martialed if you haven't shined your boots. And even in the fires of hell, we're going to make sure that our dress blues look really like clean and tidy with all our medals and regalia. They're just like so disciplined that it reflects in how they like dress themselves so that they can have a parade at any time during like the thickest of fighting. And they're blue.
This is the issue though, because I don't know if I think it is drip, but I don't like it that much.
Ooh. No, even the gold, like I don't know what they're called. What are those things called? They're like they have the little like
the shoulder
bits,
pads.
the shoulder pads that go like.
Someone in the comments, please. Someone in the comments, let us know if you actually know the name of that. That'd be crazy.
The thingy, yeah.
Yeah, but my thing. But B.
And lots of medals. Don't forget all the medals. Every medal they own is on them at all times.
I know, but isn't that like maybe I'm too much of like I'm just not into it. Does it deserve A?
Thank you. Don't call me mummy. That's great. Yeah. Oh, and there we go. Smash and grab. Yeah, the epaulets. Thank you. That's what the things are called on the shoulders.
Epaulets. That is cool. Oh, that is cool.
So you're saying below Kriegsman regardless?
Yeah, maybe top of B at most, but I can't.
Honestly, I think edging out the Kriegsman, Vostroyans. They got the big hat. They got a mask. They
do look cool.
Red and gold, kind of brassy gold.
They're like Cossacks, aren't they? They're kind of Cossack. This is the trouble. Like, I think most people are going to say that the Krieg is more iconic, though. That is
more iconic, but these boys dress good. Look at the big hat, Hal. Look at the big hat.
I know. I'm looking at the two images. And I'm torn.
They got the distinct eyes. They're in like a lot of classic Warhammer art. I think they predate Kriegsman, but I'm not sure. I feel like they were there since the outset, and they've kind of been relegated recently, which is a bit annoying. Like,
I think we put Krieg just a bit higher because it's about drip. The guys do have drip, but Krieg drip is universally. It's just a little bit more.
All right. Well, I will warn you, Hal. When Colin gets in here, we might be rearranging some of these through democratic means if he agrees with me on anything. But I'll accede to your demands so far.
Okay.
A few more guardsmen. Maccabian Janissaries, just because I think they're quite unique with the whole like death masks, and they're quite fun.
They have drip. The rest of the outfit needs help, but the mask is.
There we go.
The shame thing is like the mask is really cool. I do like that silver, like that Ottoman style mask.
I can't believe how it was just like love your hair, but bin that. Ooh,
American. Yeah. Katie's next top model. Going in. Do you think top of B is it better than the Mordians?
Well, the thing is, I feel like their aesthetic is more like interesting. But the Mordians are putting in more work for their appearance. Like after you shine your faceplate, you're kind of done if you're a Janissary. But the Mordians are like cap, boots. Make sure that you like all your medals are polished. Make sure that your dress blues are clean, like your belts like properly like proportioned and yeah, like they are fastidious with their appearance. Whereas they're just like I'm just marching in. I look like Saint Drusus. Like okay,
fair enough. I think they're in a good spot.
And I think the mask does a lot of heavy lifting. Jungle Fighters, it's a vest.
This is difficult because the guys have drip, like the dudes, but the outfit on a skinny dude just looks terrible.
Just looks like me, like That tank top is not doing any work for you, Andy. Their drip is their like pectoral muscles or something. Their glutes, which shit like barely like contained within their vest. Was I'm just like, it's a bit baggy.
It's more than Acadian. I'd say
Also,
that.
Shalaxi saying, did Eli fall in a pothole and go missing? No, he's coming back from Japan today. He's literally back in Japan, back in Canada today, but he's like going from airport to airport currently. So that's why he's not here. But I think they have a better aesthetic than Cadians because I like the red bandanas. I like but then they're like even Tempest of Scions with the beret. I think outclasses the drip because it's like
the bandana's doing the heavy lifting there.
Yeah,
it does look cool.
Hot take: Steel Legion D tier. It's just
D.
It's just a coat and a mask. It's World War II, World War One.
I know, but I really like. I like it. I think they like the outfit, like with the gas mask and everything. Like it's not as iconic as Krieg
with the mustard coat.
That is cool, though. Come on,
is it?
Guys in the chat, please back me up.
That's the chat's reaction. Burn Andy alive. Yeah. It's just a bit dull. Like even like their whole thing is like, oh, the officers kind of just wear the same thing. The jacket's like, yeah, it's a nice utility, but like, it's just a jacket with a mask.
I know, but like just because simple is still good sometimes. I think low, like bottom of B currently, because everything above it is better and everything below it is not.
I think the Kazakhans are more drippy than the Steel Legion. Because at least they have like, oh, my bandana can billow in the wind and look at my nipples, whereas these guys are like, I just have a jacket. What's your thing?
Nipples are not part of the outfit. That's not a thing.
A jacket.
There's no way nipples are part of the outfit.
Yeah. Bursting through the seams.
Okay. Well, we're sending mail. We're sending letters to your residence.
This is Gaunt, but this is just commissars in general. I think they're right. I think they're like up there. They got the cap. The cap alone does so much heavy lifting, and then they've got the jackets. They've got all the like again the epaulets. They've got all the like bits of red. Sometimes they have the like cool breastplate that goes over the top of their jackets, which I think looks cool. Yarrick is doing his own thing with the claw and the kind of tailcoat bit. I think any reason that the commissars shouldn't be in S tier?
It is pretty drippy, I have to say. Like in terms of that is you see on Gaunt there, like the amount of actual drip he has dripping over his like, you know, like bits of rope are literally like falling across his. It is pretty iconic as well. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that at S tier.
That's not a drip. That's a trickle. Oh.
I think other ones might be stronger, but I could deal with that.
Rogue Trade is also coming in pretty strong. Everything from the big feathered caps to the like the rough sleeves. Everything.
This might get me in trouble here, but this is like the opposite end of they almost look. You know, when says like something is cool, and they put too many cool things on their outfit to the point where it no longer like it's caricature.
Hal, are you telling me you think that Rogue Traders are quote gaudy? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. they a lot of like you see most like Rogue Trader art, they wear stuff to the point of like it's ridiculous and it's no longer drippy anymore. I don't think Rogue Traders are cool, but like some of them are pretty. It's too much. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It doesn't come together as an outfit. It's not drip. It just looks like they dropped themselves into like a closet. Like they fell through a closet.
Abelard, chuck him into the nearest mincemeat.
No, but he's not a Rogue Trader though. Like he's part of the entourage, isn't he? Yeah, exactly. The Mr. Russell.
Russell agrees. Okay, Russell has agreed with you. So we're going to demote him down to A.
No, I honestly think it's top of B. Because I don't think I've looked at the Rogue Traders outfits, their drip, and thought they looked cool. Yes, Russell, you go get him, Russell.
And he's off. Yeah, okay, for now, we'll see what Colin says. Imperial Knights.
The actual knight? Like the person
like
inside?
The pilots. They have like the armor suits. They have the helmets usually. They're kind of futuristic aristocrats. I think they've got a cool aesthetic.
I'm not overly familiar with what they usually look like, though. That's quite
It's kind of
interesting.
just this. It's just like it's like a visored, grilled helmet, bit of filigree. Usually they have their heraldic colors, so they might have like purple pauldrons with black stripes, or they might have a shield, kind of like Space Marines. They can be pretty dripped out, but it's a bit more subtle, I guess.
God, I wouldn't have
It's not.
known that. That's quite
Hmm.
cool, actually. I wouldn't have thought so. Based on that image alone, that deserves to be an A at least. I just have a
Hmm.
hard time saying it's iconic as, yeah, maybe that's a good position, like between Krieg and Vestroyans, because it has like a similar place, but again, I can't underestimate how drippy like Krieg, the whole outfit, because it's the simplicity of the Krieg outfit. It's
Hmm.
still, I'd say it looks cooler than even the Night Pilot armor.
Hmm.
I say
Okay.
so.
Arbitrators, Judge Dredd.
This is
And they go everywhere from like the
yeah.
normal helmets to having a massive
Oh,
eagle on their head.
the eagle helmet.
Yeah. Imagine getting through a door with that on. That'd be fun. But yeah, okay.
What do you think?
I like how they have a very recognizable silhouette with like the one pauldron that's like bigger than the other. I like there's a little bit of gold, and the more high ranking you get, the more gold you get, but also they're recognizably like with the black silhouettes, bits of white and gold. I think they have an understated look, and the dog completes the look with the like metal jawbones and everything, just like seize him, Hans, go get him, get the criminal scum. And the red shotguns and pistols, revolver pistols. I think they're pretty cool. Very understated drip, but nonetheless pretty good.
I think maybe just under Krieg.
There, yeah, I could agree with that. I think it's good.
Oh, they are so cool. Is that
Especially with like,
Ministorum? Is that
I
the
was just gonna put like
Ministorum?
the ecclesiarchy in general, like priests. What about priests?
Boo.
Because here's the thing,
Boo.
right? There are the ones like Clovis the Redeemer, who has like a brazier on his helmet, so it's or on his back and shoulders, and it's like it can be anywhere from I just have some simple robes to I have braziers on my shoulders with a massive staff and like a huge pope hat, like something out of Dark Souls. I'm like, I think they're pretty recognizable in the setting. I think they have like depending on how corrupt they are, they have more ostentatious robes and such. I think they're especially that you put them in front of a stained glass window. Oh, drip.
This is the issue where like I get to. It's like the similar thing of Road Traders. It's gaudy and it's no longer drip anymore. It's more of a. You're trying to beckon the dog to judge. Maybe Russell makes the final if he barks twice. I honestly don't think much of it. Like when I see the Ministerian priest, I don't think that's cool. I'd like to wear that outfit. That's what I'm ultimately thinking in my head about like if any of these. Is it cool enough that I would want to look like that? And I don't think I've ever gone, you know what? Me, Pope hat, 2 burning braziers on my shoulders. I've never thought that.
It would be quite warm. So you're not sold on it.
Seated. I think it's. Ooh, I'd even put it underneath Steel Legion. Because it's gaudy. It's not like cool. You know what I mean? It's more shock. It's more of a shock value.
Okay. What about Sisters of Battle? Because they have everything from like they all have different like there's the order of these it's Sacred Rose, you have the blue and white, you have the Armated Lady black and white, you have the red ones. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but like there's so many different color schemes. Some of them have like pulpits that they like carried through, and they everything from like the higher ranking sister superiors have the kind of the tabards and the robes, sometimes with the fleur-de-lis all over their armor. They look pretty. I think they're pretty up there, and they're very iconic as the Nuns with Guns faction.
Some of them are pretty dripped out.
And the helmets.
Excuse me. I'm trying to think of like because they have so many like cool models as well. Like they have like the crazy ones in like the Eagle Plinth and then Triumph and St. Catherine and other kind of like really, especially on their model side.
Hmm.
I think like it's an iconic silhouette. I should not run this like I definitely looked at the Sister Battle and gone, I want to wear that outfit. That's not the way I'm
Not even a
inclined.
Repentia. You went, I could pull that off.
It'd be pulled off of me from the absolute heresy that it is. I would say, on a personal preference, I think I like RBTs more, but I say for the actual like community ranking, maybe just underneath Krieg.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if it quite goes into S tier because a lot of it is quite, like, in a way, like it's also quite simple, and it doesn't like reach the like S tier echelons of like drip. It is like it's cool. It's very, very cool. It's just not like hitting that like perfection thing for me.
I'd argue they're more drippy than Krieg. Because the Krieg is very understated and simple, and these gals can be understated and simple if it's just like typical Order of Armated Lady, black and white armor, a little bit of robage, not much. But then there's everything else as well, including like the bloody
like,
rose and
drip is like more than it's not about. It's about what the statement of what you're wearing is. Like that's the whole. It's the Krieg one is so dripped out. It's simple, but it gives off so much aura. That's what I mean. Like there's no way if someone said to you like what one is more imposing, I would say like next to that I say Krieg.
Are we just gonna like sideline the white bowl cut haircut? That's iconic. That's drip. Mowgli Logian from Always Sunny.
Brother in Christ, the Lord Farquaad is working against them. It is not a bonus. Listen, nuns with guns is cool. Nuns with guns with Lord Farquaad bowl cuts is ruining my immersion because it's so ridiculous. It's accurate. Sorry, it is accurate. I just don't like the bowl cut.
Okay.
Shout out to the guys who are listening who have a bowl cut right now.
Nice. Sisters of Silence have drip. Oh,
they do. Their outfits are.
All with the
their
top
outfits
knots.
are crazy. They are really cool. It's a weird way of like. It has a mix of like you obviously know it's like it's a woman, but it's also like incredibly imposing and deadly, like in contrast to like what should be its nature. Like it's designed to be threat. And like the face mask is just yeesh. Also knowing what they do as well like helps. Like knowing that they're terrifying. I would say that's S tier.
It's like when you see that quiet alt girl at college who you know is asexual and she's 6 foot tall, but you think is really cool and you want to hang out with anyway. Just like, yeah, she's cool.
This has never happened to me.
And yeah, with the Claymore iconic as well.
When proceeds to explain scenario that's never happened to me in my entire life and never will.
And they've got like obviously the gilded armor, which can sometimes be gold, sometimes it's silver. There's like all the little tiny details, like sometimes they have like the little gemstones, and also sometimes they have the full helmets, but usually it's just the mouth guard kind of helmet that looks really cool as well, with the top knot to just finish the appeal. Sometimes with a tattoo on the forehead. It's just I think it's just very well put together, very well designed, intimidating but distant, stoic but also like a bit cold. It's I think it's up there. Navigators.
I don't know if that's like that's a weird contrast again, where if people will learn about Warhammer lore, you'll learn that the navigators are like royalty. They're like royal houses and kind of like basically noble houses. They're also kind of disgusting. Like, as in they look weird. They're a bit like their proportions are a bit off. Like they have like pale skin a lot of the time, and like obviously the third eye doesnn't help. It's weird because they have like they're kind of like weird. Like they're always dressed like ceremonially, aren't they? I don't know if I ever again. their outfits are cool-ish to like in the universe, but as in like it's not something I'd ever thought, looks cool to like wear or like want to be armored up in. It's not bad though. I would say it's better than a rogue trader. I don't know if it's A. I wouldn't say I would again not navigator in A tier, surely. I think I say top of it's better than the rogue traders, surely. So I'll put it at top of B.
Top of B. Yeah, I do like sometimes when they have like they usually have the high collars. They usually have the kind of tassely robes, and you go also the people who simp for what's her name?
The one from Rogue Trader.
Yeah, with the like long fingernails, and like and they look great until they start to mutate a bit too much, and then they become like monsters that just get locked away in
Did
there.
someone
like
say next to Ecclesiarchy?
Oh, someone did.
Damn, that's rough.
That's cruel. Ooh.
Before we get any further, yeah, I wouldn't say weirdly.
Okay, we're back into it. We still got a few Imperial characters to go, and then if Colin doesn't get back before the Xenos, I might skip ahead a little bit to like some Space Marines to spare him.
Do the Horus Heresy ones.
Assassinorum. Bodysuits, skin tight, no crevice, undisplayed, all crevices all the time.
No crevice, smooth bump, smooth bumping.
You can see the vein on an Assassinorum's bum cheek from a mile away because it's that tight. And a bunion.
The Eversaw with the skull mask is really, really cool. The rest of them, it's all right. I'd say that's the because they're held back by the whole rest of the gaggle. I would almost say top of A, because that Eversaw is doing some heavy lifting with that skull mask. It's so damn cool. I mean, even in the artwork we're seeing there, it's pretty cool. We did a Lodgecast episode on assassins, didn't we? Actually, that's our most recent one, actually. So if you want to go check out that one.
The only thing is, Hal, you're not going to mention the Calidus at all?
The Calidus?
No, you're not going to mention the Calidus at all?
I don't think it looks a bit like the Calidus one looks a bit like a bit of a bug though, like with the massive like goggle glasses. I don't know if that's.
No, that's the Calexus. I'm talking about the one, the shapeshifter ones.
Oh well, you can't really. That's not their own drip then.
Well, no more than the Catachan jungle fighters with their pectoral muscles. I mean, no comment, Hal?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't say so. I'd say top of A. Top of A.
Okay.
Squeaky boy.
Basically, I'm seeing if the boy is kind of moping.
The dog must. If people are only audio listeners, we're trying to encourage the dog to stand on a platform on the front here because it's vitally important to our mental health.
He's around there. It's just I could always he looks a bit bored, so I could always just like give him a pet on the head and he won't be as bored. But instead, he's just giving me these big side eyes. Mechanicus, bug beetle men.
I wouldn't have put them quite low before. For the longest time, I've not really been too impressed with how they've looked until I saw the Dark Tide Skitari intro animation for them, and generally I thought they actually looked quite cool. I mean, terrifying underneath the red robes, but I thought it looked pretty damn cool.
What's your opinion of the more inhuman they become? Do they become more drippy? Is that a correlation?
I think it's more of them as a group together, Skitari in rows with the red hood and then the glaring blue eye lenses looks quite drippy.
You get is it Riser is orange and Metallica is white, so you do get variations in color palette as well for their robes. I'm going to say yes. F. Evans servitors are included in this equation, as are Skitari.
Is a servitor trippy though? I don't think that's a thing.
Depends what it's for. I love the ones in Rogue Trader who are just like a band and they have this off code that's like da, 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 and they're all just there with like trumpets and stuff fitted to their bodies, and I'm like, oh, this is morbid. I love it, and they look the part.
I think just above the Destroyers.
Okay.
Hmm.
Inquisitors.
This could be a really mixed bag though, because some of them look really like plain and boring, and then other ones look incredibly weird. And like I look at like I think of Eisenhorn's got like quite cool drip, but then other ones just look really like there's just a man in a trench coat. And I promise you, anyone listening, you do not look cool in a trench coat. You just do not look cool in a trench
My name
coat.
is Harry Dresden. Open up with the bell.
Me wearing a trench coat to school proceeds to get the shit kicked out of them.
It can. The thing is, there's so much variety. Like I've just done a video on Inquisitor Chevak, who steals a Harlequin's coat. That's pretty drippy. Then you have people like Karamazov, who's like on a big throne.
Oh,
that he executes people on. Then there's Eisenhorn with his kind of the green pauldrons and like the trench coat. Then you've got Greyfax with the witch's hat, and Adrastia, I think it is, who has the witch hunter hat and the eyeglasses. And some of them wear gold armor, some of them wear like black trench coats and like skin suits, and there's such a big variety of Inquisitors. And I think they're quite high just because the aggregate is so there's so many of them who have like cool stuff.
I think they should go just below Krieg and above Sisters, because there's a few that could be wearing some quite boring shit. But I want to put it above Krieg.
Oh, sorry, you want to put it between?
Where do you think?
Also, why did we put the assassins above Krieg? Just because of the skull mask?
Just because skull mask.
Okay. Well, by that token, I feel like we've got to put us, because Inquisitors are just like some of them.
It's
are
kind of
it's
the setting, isn't it? Like it's the setting.
Yeah, and it's like it's that combination of here's some futuristic sci-fi cool stuff to like oldie like knights of like fantasy combined together. So everything from like druidic cowls to power armor to like again these like assassin-esque skin suits to the big trench coats to formal robes and attire to more rogue trade. And again, like some people are arbitrators who become inquisitors. Some of them are Tempestus Scions, some of them are commissars, some of them are like rogue traders turned inquisitors. There's all sorts of stuff, and therefore there's such a dearth of cool stuff you can implement into an Inquisitor's design. I think they've got to be right up there.
Yeah, I'm happy where they are.
I'm also just going to do Custodies now, because like of this entire thing, Custodies are the most like, I want to say like basic drip, because just we wear gold. It's impressive, but it is just I wear gold.
But it is red. The example of what drip is, though. That's the thing. Like one custody next to any of the people standing on that list looks incredible. It is. It's probably not going to be the top of S tier in terms of like our personal taste, but in terms of like actual, I mean, the dude's bedecked in gold and red. Like, you know, he deserves to be an S tier, surely.
Does he?
It's a custodian. Like, I remember, like, it's better in person than like what you're.
It's better in person, said Hal. Promise.
No, like,
here's 50 pence piece, huh?
I never, as in like if you saw it in real life, and also if you wanted to wear it as an outfit, you'd be like, that person is dripped up. That is, you know, is the definition.
I will tell you now. I'm not going to put it. I'm going to put this at the bottom of S tier for the whole thing, because I think they are the most like stereotypical drip faction. Because like I understand what you're saying. Like, yes, it's very like gaudy and ostentatious and very like kind of stereotypically fancy because it's just gold armor, but it's also like, okay, but there's not much nuance. It's just I wear gold power armor with a cape. So okay, you can be an S, but you have to stay at the bottom of S because there's more interesting stuff going on. Chaos cultists.
Oh God,
Mad Max vibes.
This is the thing. Like, if anyone remembers the old like cultists models that you could buy, they just look like a guy swaddled in a raincoat. It looks so like meh. Cultists as well, like even if you look at Dark Tide was the example, they're not necessarily they're all wearing like stolen gear or rags or anything. Like surely this is the one example we have of like D tier. Like this is like something could be kind of cool, but like
They're dyeing their hair.
Drip. It's not drip though.
They've made a necklace out of like
teeth.
Stan's fingers. He's trying.
Does Hal see custodians a lot? What I mean is like if you saw it in person, you'd be more impressed with it rather than like some of the other ones you'd see in person.
Would be like, "Ooh, who made this? Oh, whole Forge world? What? Crazy, bruh." Bro's got the designer gear.
Can I choose a few from the list? I can see that'll be quite hilarious to put in D. The Tyranids, it's their skin. It's not necessarily.
I literally picked Jormungandr because it's like, oh, yellow. You don't see that often for a Tyranid, but it's literally the best. Like, and then there's like the purple one. I can't remember what they are. It's like it's just Tyranid.
Tyranids are cool, but I don't know if anyone has said like, oh, that Tyranid is so dripped out. I think like some of their again, like some of the models and other stuff is really cool, but like that is not. I don't want to look like. Could you imagine? You know what it reminds me of? Like it's the like the prank of like, oh, everyone's dressing up for Halloween in the office, and then like the one person is like shows up in that ridiculous like Smurf outfit or something. Like it looks like the odd one out is what I really mean. So that'll be is a D.
I did forget to add Gene Stealers, mining gear, drippy.
D.
D.
I am gonna get some fights, some threats sent to me for this one because Gene Stealers, I just don't think they look cool. They are cool as a concept and like on the lore. I don't think they look cool. I really don't.
Do you say that they look worse than cultists and Tyranids?
Maybe they're better than cultists because cultists is just wearing a rag. At least that like at least GC has got an outfit, a theme.
They're kind of punk. They were like, oh, it's spray painted on my jacket and look at me. Oh, counterculture. I like chaos. My soul. So they're doing a thing. They're trying an aesthetic.
It's not working.
There
are leagues of Votown I can see there in the middle.
Yeah. Like you just went from people with mining gear to people with mining gear and occasionally swords.
People know how I feel about these people. This faction, sorry, these people. They're not people. They're clones.
Humans.
I don't know. What do you think of this one? Because it's hard for me to be objective.
The problem I have with their aesthetic is that it's like, oh, we're going to do the dwarf thing, cool, and the Grimniers are kind of cool. They're like pagan style, but then the like power armor I find is really like treading on the Space Wolves turf, and I don't like that. I love the ones with the long coats with the bikes because they just look like
they are cool.
Oh, we've got the goggles, we've got the speeder bike things, and we've got the jackets. I'm like, that's cool. It's like almost you'd like Firefly. It reminds me of the TV show Firefly.
Oh yeah.
Like kind of almost cowboy-esque, desperado-esque, but shorter. And I'm like, that's cool. But when they're like, I'm from the Hearthgear kind, and then like, I got my armor and it's got my scripture, it's like, couldn't care. That's just Space Wolves, but smaller. And it's like, oh, my blade's orange, cool. What's on it? Let me guess, runes. Of course it is. Like I would prefer if they stayed more like again, like kind of survivors, desperados, kind of like a cowboy vibe, which would be fun, like cowboy dwarves, rather than it's just like kind of like wider space marines. Okay.
My feelings on these guys is pure and utter venom. Is well known. I think they had like the biggest wasted opportunity in for like modern like lore and factions. God, I mean, I kind of get like the Moon Rover esque like aesthetic. I kind of get it. I just also think it's quite boring. Like it's that's like its worst crime of all. Like it kind of is boring. I will say that they do have some guys who, like you said, like the coats, and some of them are a bit dripped out. So it's not terrible. It's just
Mm,
I'm not. I know I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm
yeah.
willing to say, what's it better than, or was it worse than? It's better than C tier. I know. I think it's fine where it is. I'm
Okay.
being so kind and objective here by
Yeah, yeah,
saying like that is in middle of B tier. Shout out to Arthur Bones, who is like he's
yeah,
already buying a ticket and sending something to my house. Like,
yeah. Or even Kaon says, I do enjoy the crest. I'm like, but yeah, imagine if the crest, instead of being like a weird like belt buckle in a power armor suit, imagine if it was more like a sheriff's badge. You could still have the influence of some of their design choices, but like in a more rugged look. And you could still have the guys who mercenary out as like mining guys who have the big drills and kind of like the Necromunda stuff where you already see those guys with the suits and even the robots. But you could just I feel like they need to be a bit more drab. They need to be a bit more dusty, like overcoats and more like ballistic weaponry than these like power swords that aren't power swords and energy weapons that aren't plasma weapons. And it's like I could see them being more like, again, rugged. I want them to be rugged because dwarves are rugged, and that would be like a really interesting. I know the Gene Stealers kind of do the Desperado thing with the guy with the revolvers, but that's one guy. You can't have any named characters after him because at the end of the book, if he succeeds, he's dead. So they could have filled that role, and you could have had an Americana thing to them.
do you know what
Cool.
really grinds me about? Like, I'm sure that's what people said when the Tower came out. They completely miss the visual language of the Warhammer universe. Like, if you took them out and place them in another sci-fi, like put them in Mass Effect, or like
Hmm.
put them in something else, or like they would fit right in, wouldn't they? Whereas like
Yeah.
space, like Chaos Space Marines, they feel like such a Warhammer thing, or like the
Yeah.
Eldar feel such a Warhammer thing, or like
Yeah.
the Guardsmen do. Like, but Leagues of Votann just feels like some. I don't know
Like,
who lost a bet in GW and be like, you know what we could do for like for the hundreds of thousands of pounds of investment we're going to make for all these like plastic molds. Like, yeah, what? Make an army about like fucking, I don't know, like dwarves, but like we did squats years ago. Let's just
mm,
do that. People are gonna really like that, and definitely won't want anything else over the top of that. I swear.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm gonna start losing
and
it.
they could have had like lever action, like energy weapons. They could have had blunderbuss, kind of like with what they do with the guys in Age of Sigmar, where they have the blimps and they have more like not crude weapons, but more like brash weapons. Like have and they could have had like galactic convoys they protect and they rob and they try to like take, and you could still have them like being resource gatherers, but then it would be more like you have the different like clans which are more like outposts and they have to do like convoys and protect the convoys, and
Mhm.
then you could have like all that, you could have that fun aesthetic where it's not too sci-fi that it gets too far away from what the aesthetic of Warhammer is. Anyway, I'm rambling. Votan are fine there.
Should we do the
Right,
tower? Is a tower next
oh yeah,
somewhere?
there's some towel there.
I'm also gonna get some hate for this. I do like when I've read like Tau, I've read the Farsight novels. I've like whenever the Tower and the Kyphus Cade novels, I really do enjoy them. I've I don't know if the drip is that strong with this faction. The crisis suits are really cool. I do enjoy that, but I don't know if that's an is not strong enough compared to like a lot of the rest of the list though. I
I
mean,
think
I put
it's
it top of. I could say top of B just because, like, on the very edge of like all of like again, like the crisis suits to me, and like some of their stuff is doing the heavy lifting there. But
because
I don't
I feel
feel
like
drawn in other ways.
it leans very heavily on a lot of like Japanese culture tropes and Asian culture kind of like with the ones in Endless Space who are like, what are they? They're like samurai birds. And it's like if you lean into too many of the tropes, it can be a bit like, well, where's the thing in the setting, like the Warhammer split? And I feel like I know Tau are like kind of what you were saying a bit before. It's just like, oh, it's a like Japanese coded generic sci-fi species. And so because they lean so heavily on that aesthetic and like the cultural trappings, it doesn't really have an identity other than being like, oh, I recognize where that's from. And
It was supposed to be the Eldar originally. Like they were supposed to be more of that influence, but then over time they lost that visual language. And then, I mean, we all know GW did it because they Tau because they wanted to break into the Japanese market. It's not really a.
Oh, do you like Gundam? Well, if we got a faction for you, and that's kind of what it means. Like, it's just like, oh, it's kind of Gundam again. Oh, okay, mechs, yeah. Japanese love mechs. Okay, do that then.
Top
They
of
look
B
like,
is
yeah.
Top of B is generous, but we'll get that. I think that's okay to have it there.
And I know that if Elo was here, he would bemoan their eschewing of a lot of like the armored vehicles in preference to mechs because it's like just make more mechs, and then now there's less infantry, there's less. It's just mechs. It's just battle suits now because that's what the Tau are. It's battle suits, which then means oh, what's the point of having character models that go inside because you'll never see them? Kind of like the way you're like, oh, I didn't know that's what a knight looked like. It's like, but he is there and he's distinct. Blue Man Group.
About to say, if you're on the list, do I see an Iron Hands one?
Well, should we start off with like the Space Marines then? Because we've got like a few of them to go. Should we start with the Dark Angels? Dark Angles.
Is it a Dark Angel or a Salamander?
It's a Green Wing.
Oh, I do like a lot of the Dark Angel stuff.
They've got Green Wing, Death Wing, they've got Raven Wing, and they've now got like the companions who have like the purple, which I really like, but I'm also like, where were these guys the whole setting? They're really cool, but I still don't quite know.
Inner Circle companions.
Yeah, they're like, where did these guys come from? They're cool, but I'm also like, so they have swords.
That's new. That's actually they're like a seat. They're like basically the
new Risen kind of.
Yeah, they're the 30k ones.
Yeah.
So they are like a new group. They do have again. I have some like Dark Angel models. They have some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I remember fondly being whooped by your Thousand Sons using some of them, and I was like, "Stop cheating, Hal!"
We didn't even get to like we only had 2 units die. Like the match goes on a lot longer than that. Like you'd be surprised in Warhammer if you play it, like how much you like think it's over, and then you clap back and it's like, oh, it's not over actually. So, yeah, Dark Angels are. I really like them. Like obviously, like they have that. A lot of them have like hoods and other cool like trinkets and other kind of stuff. The Deathwing Knights are very, very cool. Oh man, that's the thing. I'm a big fan.
They're really high up there. They've got the tabards. They've got so many color schemes. Like even Heresy era, you've got the ones with the kind of black armor with lots of like their heraldic shields and stuff have quite a like. They have yellows and blues and reds, and then there's the ones with the white armor that aren't like Deathwing, but they're kind of. And they had the Dread Wing and all these other ones as well, the Iron Wing. So there's a lot of variety. I put them up in S, to be honest. I put them like.
I don't know if it's like S.
Like among the best Space Marine designs, because there's so much variety.
I'd only put them in top of A for the simple reason of like they have a generic look to them in certain parts as well. Like the generic Space Marine is in terms of like it is cool. I think certain things like I'm a really big fan of them, but like certain things even I'm willing to admit like keep them from like like as in like is the whole thing perfect? Is it the perfect package? I don't think it's the perfect package. I think top of A. I know I'm being very
I'm gonna be angry at you, I think.
Yeah. I'm being very good with myself here.
Emperor's Children.
Ooh, they are very drippy, aren't they?
Purple.
I think they get to go in S, surely, because there's nothing about them that's not just they are the epitome of drip.
Although their newer stuff is like they issue a lot of the gold filigree for whites and purples, and I'm like, I don't like it as much, but I understand that they're like, oh, we're trying to get away from like conventional beauty standards that They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna have like gaudy like neon colors in our armor scheme.
Some of them do, yeah. But like they also will have versions of them which are like, like the best, most filigreed decorated space marine of any example you can think of. They are pretty cool though. I would say they go. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for them. And even the ones like Fulgrim, who you could say is like they push it beyond the pale, it still has echoes of like, I don't think anyone can accuse them of not being dripped out, essentially.
Iron Warriors. Hazard Stripes are doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, this is the thing of like they don't have as much, but what they do have is like pretty cool aesthetic. God, it is iconic as well. I do really
What
like
if
an
your
Iron Warrior
fridge
look.
was angry? That's what their aesthetic is. I am a box.
What if your bulldozer grew legs and started walking towards you? I would even put them maybe just below Krieg, because they have a cool thing. Like they do one thing and they do it really well, which is like similar to Krieg. I just like if I was just given the option of like choosing if I could dress between like a Krieg or like dress like an Iron Warrior, I probably might go Krieg. Not to say the Iron Warrior stuff is still pretty damn cool. Like as an individual, I say as a group, I don't know if it hits as much as like a Krieg in a the Krieg marching is pretty iconic, but like the Iron Warriors as a group together, I don't go like that crazy for.
I mean, they're very easy to spot. It's like that's their thing. It's like that's an Iron Warrior, easy peasy. White Scars are going to just put that up there.
See,
Clean
this is the
colors.
thing. This is the thing where we
same as the Guernsey flag. It's the white, gold, and then the red. Perfect.
This is where we test our friendship here, because I really obviously like White Scars nearly as much as you probably, Andy. The characters themselves are awesome. The actual look of the White Scars is one of the parts where I'm least interested in them for.
Wow.
Because the other stuff is so like the other stuff is he's disappeared on himself. Yeah, okay, chat. It's just me now. But the example of like their character again, like their lore stuff is very strong, but just purely if you knew nothing about the lore and you only looked at them, I wouldn't say that they don't have any necessarily like even that many unique stuff to them that makes it stand out above the rest. I would put them.
Counter argument. They got curly chain swords. And they have tassels on their like stuff, and they have bikes, and I like the like lightning bolt designs that they use.
Yeah, but we're letting we're letting our biases, I think, over. I would say put it above Iron Warriors. I think that's a good spot for them.
Okay.
Like again, is your love of White Scar lore. Imagine if you knew nothing about them, you just looked at them.
Clean.
Would you put them as high?
Red, white, and gold. Perfect color scheme.
It's not such vroom vroom.
Space wolves, they wear pelts. And they have a lot of variety in terms of like Viking aesthetic, but also it's like
I think for the Space Wolf fans, they're absolutely loving it. For everyone else, it's like it can be caricature again sometimes, but it still is good though. You can't say it's not good. I would say.
Do you prefer the slate gray or the kind of sea blue that they have in later?
I like the blue. I quite like the blue. I'm gonna put them. Again, it is a personal list, I guess. So I'm going to put them below, just above Mechanicus.
Okay.
I think everything else is like cooler above it on the list.
Custard Marines. Imperial Yellow.
I guess some of the Heresy ones, like the models are pretty cool, but I would say put it top of B. I have to be harsh with it because a lot of it is it doesn't have that visual impact that the others do. I have to say, in the 40k sense. And everyone's going, oh, Rogal Dawn, Sigismund, they're not that just look at them. Just look at them.
I mean, the thing is, they all kind of blend into each other as well. So it's like, what's their thing? They're yellow. Like they don't really have like Ultramarines have the Greco-Roman aesthetic. The White Scars have like the Asian stuff, the Viking elements of the Space Wolves, but then like Imperial Fists they're yellow and they're kind of stocky. It's like, well, that's not an aesthetic. That's just yellow. That's being a brick.
They're
And it's
sometimes like
yeah,
they're also like very like they're the imperial standard as in terms of like
yeah,
space marine design, and that makes it less drippy because it just looks too on the nose.
they're vanilla custard. Yeah, they're just Space Marines. What's their thing? Oh, they're yellow. Okay, it's just
So
like the basic starter pack.
I see an iron hand. I see the iron hand. He's coming
Wait his
soon.
turn, Night Lords.
They are very drippy though. They have people often pick Night Lords because their armor designs, like the winged skull and helmets, and like the jump pack designs. I think they go in S tier. A lot of people always say like they are some of the best looking Space Marines, even if they are the worst human beings like of all time.
Although painting those lightning bolts
Not
sucks
that
for
bad.
sure.
Not that
Really?
bad. Yeah, you just do like one light blue one and then one white one inside. Like it's just like it's just paint and then paint. It's not as bad as it
Yeah,
looks. I
but
think put
like
them
making
above
it.
children though.
I feel like they might be like, what is that? It's like tears. Like, no, it's lightning bolts. Is it? Like, if you
Like
get
if
the
you mess,
structure wrong.
it's okay because if you mess up, it looks correct. Like that's the whole point. It's a wiggly line.
Mm,
Straight lines are the
okay.
harder ones.
Blood Angels have got to be
Oh,
up there.
okay. Well,
Surely.
this is the drippy. That must be like top of S nearly, surely.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Because
I
like
like also some of the Horus Heresy stuff. They introduced some of those guys with like the black helmets with like purple gemstones, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting choice. Like they've still got the red, they've still got the gold, but they occasionally experiment with other little things. And obviously, there's the golden armored like honor guard stuff. That's pretty cool, and it's not like Custodians where it's just I wear gold. It's like but it's more like stylized and unique. I like the little Iron Halo helmets as well. They're quite cool. It's nice. And the death masks.
they shout to like things like the sanguinary guy. Like they literally make a point to show you in like the books, like they have like the drip is their thing. It is literally their thing. I say, do we have the could we put the Night Lords by the Emperor's Children? By the way, I cannot let that.
Oh, okay.
I need that for my soul.
Okay.
But yeah, Blood Angels is it's some of the coolest looking like Space Marines as well. Like, they literally have abs. They have make abs on their Space Marine armor.
Yeah.
What more can
Just
you
to show off.
say?
Yeah. The artificers like made a mold of my abs so we could get it accurately. Oh yeah. Before we do an ad read, shall we? An ad read. Oh, actually, we don't have any. That's okay.
Yeah, I think we're right. Yeah,
Iron Hands.
I do love my Iron Hands.
Before you say anything, this
yeah.
character is one of the coolest looking ones. He's got like an iron face, and yet he has no lore. And it's like this kind of is emblematic of my problem with the Iron Hands, where it's like they have some of the coolest looking Space Marines, and yet it's kind of shallow in my opinion, where it's like, do we go anywhere with it? It's like not really. It's all show and no.
Yeah. The issue is like
implementation.
obviously, as much as I have my love for them, the visual design of them is too safe, and it should have been pushed further.
And we don't see it as much. It's just,
there's that newer guy, the newer Terminator character, who has like the Japanese like hammer, like all the bolts in it. So that just means it's confirmed the Iron Hands are samurai. It should have been that, but maybe. But
we got the Tau now, so yeah.
I still think the Iron Hand stuff is too. For as crazy as some of their lore stuff is, it's almost like they make it too safe. They also have some very cool like Terminators, like unique Terminators and other parts that I would like, but I would say
is the problem I have. It's like usually they're all wearing helmets. Usually it's like, where are we going to take this? They've got a mechanical leg or an arm. Is like that it? Like
yeah,
I like
that's the issue.
Got the chainsaw teeth, and he's an actual character with lore. I'm like, I like that. And he's this massive dude. He's got all these appendages. He's got all these mechadendrites. I'm like, that's what I want to see more of. And then it's like Cardan Stronos. He's got the axe, which is cool. And he's got like no mouth anymore. So he has like a Vox grill as a face. That's kind of cool. And then it's like,
It's not.
Ferox,
It's
he's just
not
got lots
strong
of
enough.
guns. Yeah, he's just a
Ironfather
guy with lots of
Ferios
guns.
looks like he has 2 buck teeth on his face with that thing. I'd say it goes top of B because it's a bit more interesting than what the Imperial Fists offer, but
Like, could you
it's too
imagine
safe.
having
It's not
one who
tricky
had
enough.
like Minotaur legs, so he could bound into battle with like 4 legs, and he was like a Minotaur but a Space Marine? Like that would be cool. Something where you add extra dimensions, extra limbs, make them unique, where their modifications make them really stand out because they're the only ones who could do that. Like even Iron Warriors, they can do that, but it's got to be Chaos E. Whereas Iron Hands are the loyalist counterpart, where they could really have fun with it. Like you could have one who has like a big Gatling gun for a hand, like what's his name from Final Fantasy, Garrett. You could have like so many cool things that make them stand apart, and yet it's just a Space Marine with a mechanical leg, and it's in armor, so you can't really tell if you squint. Unless you squint, it's like
I think top of B.
yeah,
It needs to. They could do more with it.
World Eaters.
They do be they do have some things that are pretty dripped out, I will say. It's not as much as like see, we scared him now. We're scaring people with World Eaters talk, you know, blood for the blood, the dog calls for blood for the blood god. But I would say I think they would belong in A because they have a cool aesthetic. They do have some drippy stuff, but it's not the strongest on the list. They do have their funny bunny ears. I would
do
almost
like
put
some of the red butchers you see in Horus Heresy, but they're just no one even knows they exist. It's a bit of a
you know
shame.
what? Just above the Space Wolves. I think then the Imperial Knight thing looks slightly cooler, more drippy. They do have an iconic visual though.
Ultramarines, the big ones. Whatever you want to say about their color scheme, they've definitely got the aesthetic down of Greco-Roman to a T.
They are a bit. It's weird when you look at the Imperial Fist, you don't necessarily get drippy, but when you look at like the Ultramarines, you kind of get it a bit more, even though it's more of like the same aesthetic in some way. Like again, like the Victrix Guard, that is drip. I'd put them just above the White Scars, I'd say.
I mean, we got some dissent in the comments, but I'm just saying, like, look, they've got all like the things with the Ultramar symbol. They've got the Victrix honor guards. They've got like the Tyrannic War veterans. They have a more consistent like aesthetic with like I don't know what it's called, like those kind of rope things that are always on there, like pauldrons with medallions and stuff on them. They've got the kind of red capes and stuff. Even with Titus and his new like fur cape thingy, it's like I think it really is.
It is this decorative rope.
yeah, decorative ropes.
It is satisfying, like
and the Laurel Reeves, of course.
Blue and gold, classic combo, can't go wrong.
Yeah, and I think it's more like I don't know about subdued, but it's not the same as like the Space Wolves, where it's just like it's a wooden shield that's gonna block a power sword. It looks like an old-timey shield, but it doesn't quite fit with the power armor aesthetic. And then the axes are cool, but it's also like I don't think it's quite there. I feel like it could use a bit more work in that regard. Death Squad, literally drippy.
I mean, I don't know if it counts as drip. It is cool. I don't know if it's drip worthy. I would say, you know what? It's probably a really good example of like top of B, where like it's a really like it's not quite like something you'd want to wear, but you acknowledge that it's cool. I say that's a good. Yeah, some of their stuff is like pretty weird as well. They make it weird and again, like it's just drippy is not a word you'd associate with them unless it's a different kind of drippy.
Maybe it's not ideal.
Yeah, it's not what they're going for, so it's okay if they're not fully drippy, is it?
Next one we've got Thousand Suns. All right, here we go. I'll let you say your piece.
They do have some cool look though. I mean, shout out to my Chaos players who painted all that trim for good reason. they have a cool. They have a thing about drip, the iconic crested helms and as in like a literal like wall helmet and everything. It has an iconic look though. I wouldn't put it in. I in my heart I want to put it in S tier, but I can only put it top of A in terms of,
Would
like
you
as a
prefer
whole faction and like visual language.
the blue or the red, heresy or post heresy?
I like both. I think both work. I it you know what? I do like the blue. I think the blue kind of is like it's really strong. So I like the blue.
And I do like the kind of like tabards, the spiky bits. There's got a lot of spiky bits, spirally bits, swirly whirly patterns. Like there's something
They have
about
like
them that I'm
some
like,
have like
ooh,
Kates with like it's full of eyes and crazy shit. It's not like the other chaos ones where you're like, ugh, but like you kind of go, damn, that guy is that's a decked out sorcerer. So
yeah, more
it,
mysticism.
it just stops being it can't quite reach S tier because I think everyone has a certain thing of like it's missing something, but it is pretty damn cool.
Sons of Horus. I do kind of like their chieftains and the kind of Chthonian gang inspiration, but again, I think it's for them. They're only really a Horus heresy army, and even then, everyone I think prefers the Lunar Wolf palette. And what
Oh yeah,
is transferred to Sons of Horus is just sea green with a red plume, and
I quite like the sea green if like by itself, but I would say it goes maybe top of B. I
okay.
think it's the perfect like generic Space Marine look, if you know what I mean. Like it
Hmm.
has more like interesting. There's like some cool stuff in there. Like I genuinely think it's cool, and they are like you say dripped out, but I don't know if it goes into like that's like really cool. It doesn't quite hit that part
Hmm.
yet.
Word bearers.
Oh, the bastards. Again, shame. I'd really like word bearers, but I don't know if like I accuse them of having drip. They're basically wearing people on their armor, and they
But
have
not
lots of
like the Night
tattered
Lords, in
robes.
a different
No,
way.
like they have like tattered robes and like like what's it like scroll work and all that cool stuff. I like, but
Parchment, yeah. And
I'd put them. I put them just below World Eaters, to be honest. I think that's a good spot of like it's still very cool and it has an aesthetic, but I know it's not one which everyone looks at and goes, "Oh, that guy's dripped out." You know what I mean?
Whiskey Goblin said to check my super skipping head, but Sally's are B in 40k, A for HH. Okay. I saw your thing. All right, salamanders. All right, let's be honest. I
Hmm.
like when they add more of the dragon hide, the teeth, the nocturnian elements. They do a lot of the times get confused with the green wing of the dark angels because they're the green marines. Um the problem I have with salamanders is that unlike the ultramarines and the white scars, there's oftentimes an oversimplification of like, oh, how do we make them salamanders? They wear green, and when they take their helmets off, you can see the kind of like coal black skin. But then the aesthetics of the armor are usually quite lacking in 40k, and then 30k they play around a bit more with like here's like a an armorial crest, here's hammers, here's smithing insignias, here's dragon hide, here's things that make them look a little bit different. And it's a shame that I don't think it's quite there. I think it needs a bit more work to really pop.
Yeah, I know what you mean. With like, it's cool, but there's a missing ingredient somewhere. Like, that's the thing. It doesn't. There's a reason why if you look at salamanders, it doesn't punch up into S tier, and I think everyone can feel it. I would say maybe just below space, or actually, yeah, I think yeah, that's a good point. I think that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
everyone, like that's the thing. As much as like probably people are going to scream at us in the chat, everyone likes the salamanders. They
Mm.
like them. Why do they not go? Like why is no one going like, oh my god, it's the best thing I've ever seen? Well, yeah, why is no one saying that? So I think, top of B.
When are they going to get a dragon themed helmet that you could put on your like models? That's a win.
Artelius
With, like,
Newman is cool though. Newman.
And Vulcan Haystan's model is cool, but that's because he's a named character, so of course it's going to be. Raven Guard, Hot Topic Marines.
They do have some cool ones. The ones with like the white helmets and I mean Ethan Sean, the newer Chapter Master model, is so. He is really dripped out, and that is really cool. The average Raven Guard is not so much, but you know what? I would put them just below Ultramarines. I'd say they have some
Ultramarines.
Yes, because they have some of them. Like they have the beaky helmet. They often come with beaky helmets.
Because here's what I'm going to suggest, right? I'm going to say here, because honestly, they have the beaky helmet, but anyone can have the beaky helmet. And the only thing is, say, what's your thing? Understated black armor. Aethon Shan has a cool mini, just like Vulcan Haystan has a cool mini. But again, I feel like the Raven Guard, they need more like unique things like cloaks or things concealing bits of armor, or like cowls, but not like Dark Angels cowls. More motifs of like raven skulls or like wings. Because at the moment, I just think they're just, you just dip them in black paint and that's a Raven Guard. And then it's like, oh, is there much variation? Not really. And beakies are iconic, but also let's not forget Crimson Fists had beakies, and beakies like Malam Kaido is the most popular beaky at the moment. Like beakies are everywhere, not just the Raven Guard.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alpha Legion. Whoa, go put that up.
I love their color scheme. I think it maybe goes bottom of S tier, to be honest. I like that. That's that shiny metallic. I love it. It's
scales.
Yeah, even because it makes the average Marine look quite cool. Yeah, again, just on the visual side of it. Everything else would probably lower them, but just in a visual, they belong in S tier.
And they have the Ifrit helmets, and they're not too. The pattern is complicated, but the adornments aren't. So even the Chaos coded ones are more like, you can tell it's an Alpha Legionary. It's got some extra filigree and some flair, but it's also clearly identifiable and it's unique compared to the rest of the Space Marines, which is quite cool. And it doesn't take too much. And also, Alpharis's helmet is the coolest of all the helmets. It's like,
I think he has the coolest Primarch armor as well. So
yeah, that cape and everything. All right, Templars. Let's get over with Templars.
They are drippy though. They are drippy.
I'm gonna have to put them in S. I got to do it.
Yeah,
because it just works. And I want to say, of the Space Marines, they must be like top, because when people think Space Marines, they think Templars usually. Even if they're not a fan of the Templars, they're still like, wow, clean color scheme, plenty of room for adding some cool stuff like the candles that are melting on the backpacks, the swords, the filigree, the laurel wreaths, the things that make them unique, and also like the chain swords to the arms, chaplains, all that stuff is just
it's cool.
It's just the aesthetic of Warhammer down to a T. Enough said. Crimson Fists.
I want to put that right next to Imperial Fists. It's kind of the same thing, right?
I want to say it's a bit better. I like how it's more understated, where it's just red gloves, blue armor, simple, popular Space Marine.
Yeah, I prefer the colors more, but it's not. They don't have anything else that's, I would say, much better than the Imperial Fists. So I think they're okay.
Minotaurs.
They are drippy. They are cool looking.
Never mind. This is from George. This isn't even like he's put a Spartan helmet. It's such a slam dunk that if they did that, people would buy it. But this isn't real. This is a stylized Minotaur.
I put them above or below Ultramarines. That's the thing. Maybe below Ultramarines. I think the Ultramarines are more satisfying and more iconic.
They just need to have shields and lances. Put them out there. Have lances that you could use for Iron Snakes and Minotaurs. People would buy it. Howling Griffins, I just wanted to add a bisected color scheme because we didn't have any. And I was like, that's fun. Four corners, different colors.
It is another Iron Hand. Put it above the other original Iron Hands. That'd be hilarious.
There you go. Lamenters, Yalla. Had to put them in.
I lament
the
that they
memes.
don't. They are technically just blood angels, so I don't know about S. I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know the Harlequin style, and then heart passion on the shoulder really rises it above that much.
Yeah, the checkerboard has been the bane of many a painter's life, I'm sure. Flesh Terrors. This one I put for you because I know
That's
you
just that's because I do like that color scheme. I don't know if everyone else feels the same way. I put it maybe above the word bearers. I think above word bearers in A is like, because it is blood angels and they are cool, but they're more like visceral and terrifying and spiky compared to they're not pure like the good old original chapter. And that's a good place to put them.
Carcharodons. Space Sharks.
They are S tier. They have
understated
a visual language that the other ones don't. Normal Space Marines don't possess. You look at it and you know it's cool. I'd say maybe below Night Lords. I think I'm actually we're doing something on Carcharodons and Night Lords very soon, me and you. But oh god, yeah, it's just a cool visual together.
Yeah, understated with the tribal markings. That's such a cool little spice to them.
Well, they also use different parts, like they're using older patterns of power armor, and they have literally like pauldrons with this, the iconic studs and shark's teeth necklaces everywhere. It's pretty damn cool.
Do
you like
Grey Knights? Silver.
They are drippy though. That's the thing.
They've got their own heraldic motifs of like the shields with the red and white color schemes, and they all mean different things. I'm like, that's quite a nice little detail.
You know what? Just above Custodians, I think I think of the trailer for the Chaos Gate.
Yeah,
and all of them are like kneeling together in synchronization. You're like, damn! It is the iconic knight.
Shiny uniform, fun with a bit of personality. You get some of the ones like obviously Drago with this massive banner on his shoulders, and Garen Crow, who's like the only named Grey Knight who's not in Terminator armor. But yeah, it's good fun. Deathwatch. I think Deathwatch has got to go up there.
Deathwatch has its cool. I think Deathwatch would go. Yeah, actually that's a good spot because like they like look like the coolest of the normal Space Marines almost. Like they have like that iconic shoulder. Literally, that shoulder and arm just makes it. And obviously the fact that all these different groups get tied together in this one, basically elite commando unit, black armor, I think it's damn cool. I'd say so.
Colin is trying to enter the stream, but it's saying device is not connected. Sorry, Colin. You'll have to.
Right at the end. I mean, we made it to the end anyway, so maybe it's
right. Black Legion. Ooh.
I don't care too much of Black Legion, I'll be honest.
You don't care about Black Legion?
I put them just above World Eaters. I don't know if they look too normal.
Is he in? Colin, you in?
Colin, your OBS is open, that's why.
It's not open.
It says it is.
Damn it.
Oh, Colin is an OBS picture. But he is here. Hello, Colin.
He's here. He'll try and work it out.
Okay. Well, so what are your thoughts on Black Legion? Hal? Like, you just don't like the black and gold aesthetic?
No. Tell me you look at that and you're not like, you're way more drawn to other stuff compared to them. It's just too almost safe, I'd say.
Yeah, but they're like the standard. They're what everyone else goes off of.
Spiky boys.
Like, if we're rating these guys by drip, then I don't know how high that puts them on the list. I would say I'm just below World Eaters. I would say an A. Because everything else above it is more cool, and everything else below it isn't as cool.
Well, Colin, before we get into the Xenos, because we saved them for you, can you see the list?
I can see the list perfectly fine. I don't know why.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
is the?
Hey.
Oh, there we go. There he is.
There he is.
Colin. Did you have any like disagreements with things we've placed? Because I put some things lower than I'd like and some things higher than I'd like because Hal has been twisting my arm.
I'm actually not.
what
I've been
a-
really compliant.
What is the second thing at top of A tier? Well, yeah, who
Dark
are those?
Angels.
All right, never mind. That's all right. That's
Yeah.
I thought someone was trying to gaslight me into putting the salamanders up there. I was going to say you are all
Put them
madmen.
twice. No, we put them in B because again, I said they're missing an ingredient because they're just green oftentimes, which is a shame.
Yeah. This all seems mostly pretty well. I think the only thing is I would probably put the Tau a little higher up. Still maybe in B tier. But...
The Tower in B.
No, like I still in B tier, but like higher in B tier.
I kind of let's put them higher than.
I like the OG with like the ochre, whatever you call that color scheme.
Oh,
I feel like that goes
yeah.
like that not being standard anymore has been such a hindrance to them. That OG color scheme just gives them so much more aura with the
yeah. What we were saying about is if Eli was here, he'd be bemoaning that they've got too many mechs and not enough infantry and vehicles because it's like they've kind of thrown the baby out with the bathwater in that regard. And I was saying I think they lean a bit too heavily into being Japanese coded, and therefore it becomes a bit generic. It's kind of like, oh, what's your thing? Oh, what if it was like it's like the I don't know what they're called, the birds in endless space who are also samurai. It's like, oh, let me guess, they have katanas and they're about honor, and it's like, yeah, it's the Tau. It's just the Tau, but with mechs like Gundam.
It's a Tau. He's just a Tau.
He's just a Tau.
What do we have next, Andy? We have
craft welders.
I don't even know.
Okay,
if I should bother speaking
we're saying ignore the law. We're saying ignore the law.
I know.
Just how they look.
They're so fucking cool, man.
Power Rangers.
That's the good idea. Yeah, dude. Power Rangers. It's awesome.
Is it S tier though?
I think they're pretty cool. Like,
I think they're pretty up there.
The Phoenix Lords, the Sparseers, the frontline soldiers, the different like striking scorpions have a cool aesthetic, as do all the different frontline soldiers, the Dire Avengers, etc. I think they all have a distinct look. I like the color palette changes with different craft worlds.
Someone in chat is saying, "I hate Eldar to my core. You are my man."
That's quite rude. That's quite impolite of you. But I say even they're varied enough. Like if you don't like something they do, there's something they do right. Like if you don't like the Aspect Warriors, you got the Wraith Guard.
I just don't like how it doesn't reflect like ancient civilization. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
Like it's almost too clean.
What do you mean by that?
Like I don't get the like in terms of when I was like a kid and I was looking at Warhammer and I didn't know any of the lore stuff. I just wasn't like I was crazy over like wood elves and other stuff from like fantasy universes, but I just wasn't. I don't know if like they are dripped out. I don't disagree, but I think maybe top of A makes sense. Of like it's just that there's something about it I don't know, but I just can't say it.
See, I'm going to say on that, if that's your argument, though, then the Custodes need to come down, because if they're too clean, but they don't reflect the rotting, decaying society, then there is no way the Custodes belong in A tier.
All right, I'm going to do something unprecedented in Lorecrimes history. You ready, Colin?
Flip a coin.
Oh,
wait for it.
Oh, wherever they end up in here, I'm perfectly happy with.
Because here's the thing: this is everything from Farseers to Dire Avengers to Phoenix Lords to
Exodites.
Exodites will just bundle in, but it's like you've got everything from the Wise Seers to the frontline soldiers to like every different craft world color scheme. You've got the big spears, you've got the guns with the shuriken blasters, and you got so much cool stuff aesthetically that's unique. I think they deserve, and this is a whole range as well, so I think they deserve to be quite high up there. Dog. Oh, there we go.
Dog is being. She's been deeply unhappy with me after coming back, and from leaving her for 2 weeks. Oh, there's a dog down there. Good.
Hey, Russ. Yeah, I've got to put the Eldar up there a bit. But speaking of Eldar, here's some Eldar Drukhari.
These guys are more drippy than their nicer cousins, I would say.
Literally,
Yeah.
in some cases.
Mm.
They do have their armor is just cool. It's so cool. Scary. I wouldn't wear all of it.
No. I think the problem I have with the Dark Eldar is it's all spikes and blacks, so it blends into itself a lot more than the different like aspect warriors or what do you call it? The Wraith Guard. Although, they do kind of make up for it. They've got some monsters and goobers and they got the mandrakes there, so that does make up for it.
I think it's good where just above the craft world, I think, really. If I think they again just purely on a visual language, they are just a little bit more than whatever their craft world cousins are. Just one. Just one little bit.
I do have one, actually, looking through the list really quick. One question. Who is between where the Tau are now and the Lamenters?
That's the Raven Guard.
Why, how come they ain't in C tier?
Well, this is
because they have some cool guys in them.
Like I think it's because they're clean more than anything. Yeah.
The white helmeted jump pack guys. And then there's the chapter master.
Right,
they have a few of them that are pretty dripped out.
That's fair. I guess that's fair.
And beaky helmets.
The beakies are cool, and they are the beaky guys. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Simple, dude. Are we saying that we'll put Drukhari above the craft worlds?
I think so. Just purely on the visual.
If Hal is acquiescing to let the Eldar be up there, I can make that sacrifice, I guess.
Okay.
Although I have one. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Oh.
Is that the Armageddon Steel Legion in C tier?
Yeah. They just wear
jackets.
Know.
I couldn't believe it.
Andy.
I'm just saying they just have jackets.
Yeah, but like the gas mask and jacket combo is so loved for a reason.
Well, we've already got Krieg.
Yeah, but like
they're doing it better.
The Steel Legion was here first. Krieg used to be a recolor of the Steel Legion.
But the Kriegers have like a bit more variety of like, whereas the Steel Legion all look they're just guys in jackets with masks, and I'm like,
I mean,
drip wise, I've got a coat, and so does my mate. And everyone's got the same coat.
Yeah, but like a lot of people just have like a coat. Like look at Van Helsing.
I know, but like you're competing with like the Mordians with all those medals and like the dress blues, and you got rogue traders and death masked Macabian janissaries and navigators, and it's like and the Lucifer blacks with the berets looking shiny.
We're talking about just visuals. We're not talking about how cool the lore is. We're just talking about our visuals.
They look so sick.
I wanted it higher as well.
Also, like, I wouldn't say it was drip. I'd say it's cool, but it's like if everyone's wearing it as well, is it really drip? Is it really like it's like at least with a Mordian who's wearing the same uniform, he's got a variety of different medals than his mates.
Would you say like, man, that guy's dripped out? He saw something
dripped out in his dust coat. Yeah.
I've played New Vegas. I would say that.
Yeah, but New Vegas NCR Ranger looks cooler than a Steel Legionary. Come on.
Oh, well, yeah, that's absolutely true. Don't get me wrong. The NCR Ranger uniform is one of the hardest fits there is.
And they got more customization with like the bits of the armor. And the only reason I put it there is because like we've got to have a baseline. The Ecclesiarch is here with the Pope hat, so like he's above Cadia. That's the main thing.
All right.
Harley Quinns, they've got to be.
I mean, that I would almost say that's the most dripped out one could look.
Oh yeah, they're so dripped out that painting them is a physical challenge.
Like, look at that thing. Do you even have to say anything? That's just crazy.
Yeah. Enough said. Orcs.
I don't know if orcs are dripped out per se.
What did you call me?
Per se. I would almost say. Actually, that's tough. I don't even know if I would even put them in.
Because Bad Moons are putting a bit of work into it.
I would say top of seed because I generally just looking at it, it's just a bunch of scrap.
I'd say at least B. Like the average, the thing is like the scrap.
The average orc.
The average orc is basically just wearing a t-shirt and pants.
All right, counter argument: freebooters.
True, but I mean, come on, the pirate cap. Come on.
commandos with the berets and the stealth gear.
Yeah.
You got the Death Skulls with the kind of blue paint. You got the snake bites are probably the least drippy, but then the Goths even have like their own aesthetic.
What are the ones
I
with like, the jetpack? That's just a Tom and Jerry rocket on their back. Is that Storm Boys?
Storm Boys, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. It's like they're, and you know, the war boss covered in scrap crap metal. It has its own kind of, you know, aura that it's bringing to the table.
I think that's fine where they are. Actually, that's a good.
And lastly, Necrons, green. Apart from that one blue guy, greens.
Are Necrons dripped out?
Some
of them are.
Even for the baseline, I'd say there's some level, you know, drip the Terminator look gives you, right? That's, you know, it's there's a presence with that.
Imhotep is dripped out. I'd
Praisins,
say Southern King.
Zondrak,
pretty drippy.
Imhotep.
Yeah, Imhotep.
I've never.
He's got the Cyclops eye going on. He's like, look at
when I've described like cool Necron characters or Necron models, I've never gone, that guy is dripped out. I don't think I've even said it in those words. So
Blade ones are doing a lot of accessorizing.
Yeah, they have drip. It's dripping off of them.
Yeah, Luke more than drip. Yeah,
I'd put them. You know what? I should put them next to the Mechanicus because there's a certain amount of like, you know, there's an iconic look to it. It's not going to be everyone's favorite necessarily, like just a pure visual standpoint, but it is cool. It is an A. I think it's fine if it's an A.
Okay, well, that's the whole list. Again, Colin, are there any you disagree with particularly fervently?
Okay, next to Nurgle and between the Salamander, them and who's blue?
Sons of Horus. We thought like some of their unique stuff is cool, but it's also not good enough to go in A.
All right.
And they're relegated to 30k, so you'll never see any modern ones anyway.
Also, that they do. There is kind of a hard limit on when they're the Sons of Horus.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that the Grey Knights next to the Sister of Battle?
Sister Battle. That's a Arbitrator.
No, to the left.
Oh, that's an Iron Warrior.
I don't think they belong that high up there. I don't think the Hazard Stripes are that drippy. They look cool. I don't think the Hazard Stripe is enough to get them in A tier. Upper B tier, yeah, but like I don't think yellow and black stripes is enough to earn you like you're a big hitter.
I think the simplicity though is where it's at with them though. Like the visual look of an Iron Warrior, it just screams like
the Raven Guard.
On that note, that the Raven Guard should be like up there because they're pretty simple with it. It's still pretty striking, but like that's not. I don't look at either of those two chapter legions, I guess, and go like, damn.
Because like Tau have got more stuff going on than the Iron Warriors. Even Death Guard have like more.
It's the simplicity is good, which is why I'm happy with like upper half of B tier. But I've like. I see like A tier is stuff where I look at it and I'd go like, damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's cool, but
I think we've done a good job though. I think so.
No, this is I'm liking the look of this list. I'm sorry I wasn't here for most of it.
That's all right.
I have
at the end though.
I have one question.
Okay.
How much for Hal? How much did it kill you to see the Leagues of Otan not at the bottom?
I was actually really good this episode. I didn't even put the Thousand Sons in S tier.
Ooh.
I put the Iron Hands in B, and my soul hurt from doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, here's a question for you, Colin. We were talking about this. Do you reckon the Leagues of Otan would be better if they were like Firefly-esque? Just keep the dust coats, lever action, power weapons, revolvers, sheriff aesthetic with the runic things as like badges, rather than it's shorter space marines that are a bit girthier.
I kind of like what you're putting down with that. Yeah. That would kind of like tie into the old like history as the squats, like with the American biker gang stuff too. Ooh.
And you could have the miners be more like prospectors, and you'd have the Americana. Yeah,
damn.
rather than. It's Spaceballs again, isn't it?
I want to live in that timeline. Shit.
Yeah, and they have convoys across the galaxy that they protect, and that's how they do trade with convoys and
Damn,
trains.
that'd be pretty.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we got there. I got to go to the Heartfire and go to the AI core.
So
Here
many
we
ideas
go.
for the Leagues of Otan that I wish we got.
I was holding back my venom. I cannot. The Leagues of Otan is such a missed opportunity. I'm not going to rant to that. I already did it earlier, but
Let's see. Some final thoughts.
Yeah.
Some final thoughts. Can we move up to S tier real quick?
Yep.
Is that all right? Black Templar. Yeah, all right. I can't deny the Black. Who's next to the Black Templar right now, though? Who on
Just
the left?
Blood Angels.
Oh wait. Who's at the? Is that Grey Knights next to the Custodies?
yes.
Oh yeah, that is.
Just a rare normal power armor rather than Terminator.
Yeah, I guess kind of. I'm trying to remove myself from their quite dated at this point models. Yeah, that's fair.
That's the thing. We were thinking of like the Chaos Gate like cinematics about.
Yeah, that's fair. Right. Who's next to them in that case now? Who's next to the Grey Knight? What is
Alpha Legion?
Alpha Legion as a whole, we think.
Scales are cool.
We could understand like that needs to be lower, but we were more like we just love the simple normal color, like the normal color scheme.
Their paint scheme looks so goddamn cool. I have to admit that it's just so cool. Then when the scales do come out, yeah. I don't. It's I got nothing. Are we putting the Mustard Marines there just because it's funny?
Well, we were just like they don't really have they're just kind of generic Space Marines, unlike Greco-Roman for the Romans and Mongolian and like different. They don't quite have their own secret source. It's just
that's not
yellow.
That wasn't even who I'm looking at. I forget the name of the chapter. The McDonald's, the right above the mouse. Next to what I'm assuming
the
is
Lamenters.
No, next to the Lamenters, the double color.
Oh, Howling Griffins, yeah. I just wanted a bisected pattern.
I was going to say, yeah. You know what? Fair enough. The Mustard, they've earned it.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, the Deadpool and Wolverine Marines. There we go. Yeah, but
I think it's good though.
And that's that.
Yeah,
nice. Like we said, though, thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Appreciate you all very much. It should be back to regular. Also, go to
yeah. So I know it's a tier list, but it's been a minute. So I have if we'd like a question of the week, something easy I can cook up real quick. Just because I feel like it's been a little while since we've done one. I know it's a tier list, but just for next week, so we have something.
Yeah, sure, sure.
My suggestion is just like what's the fictional drip you like the most? Like what just you see that could be a character, could be an army.
In any IP or just Warhammer?
If they, well, I mean, between you guys, what do you think? I was thinking any IP, but we could just do Warhammer.
I think any IP is fine.
So, like I said earlier, I mean, come on now, like NCR Ranger fit, and you and Andy, me and Andy agree, like that's even more than like power armor. I'd say the NCR Ranger outfit is sick.
I love the power armor from the pit. The like kind of cannibalized power armor with the bones and stuff. I'm like, I like that. That's a nice one. I like that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Something has to be said for the Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, the assassin.
Like the Assassin's outfit of Ezio,
the Sassy Assassins,
Black Flag, Edward Kenway, Altair. Like something has to be said to that. That is pure visual drip.
Clone Commando armor just speaks to me on a spiritual level.
Scorcher, my beloved. What happened to Sev? Sev deserved better.
Well, he probably joined the Rebel Alliance if one of the two games that never got made is any indication.
Maybe. God forbid. It was Order 66 they were going to do. They never made it.
Oh, well. Yeah. Well, I can live in my Cope world forever and pretend that it also was not Scorch in the Bad Batch.
Yes.
He didn't sound like Scorch. It's not Scorch.
It's okay. That being said, though, thank you guys for listening, for watching. We should have everyone, all the crew, back to normal next week.
Eli is back today, so we should all be reunited.
I'm home, and please
let him rest. We'll see you guys all very, very soon on the next episode. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you, folk.
Bye.